Good evening. It is 5 o'clock. It is November 17th, and we're back on for, I think this is episode 5. Um, don't have anybody on right now. Not a big deal. I'm recording these as if it's a podcast anyway. Would love to have it on. I think the last time we had about 4 people on. I don't know what we'll do when we got 125 people on, but we'll deal with it as it goes. So again, I got a half an hour here for you. So let's dive right into things. I did want to make a shout out real quickly. Dominic Knott, one of our better members in Kicking School, sent me a note saying that he was Special Teams Player of the Week for the JVs at Carthage College, and I'm excited to hear about that. So if he jumps on here, we'll have him explain why he should have earned such an honor. But I suspect it's because he's working hard and he's getting better all the time, and that's very gratifying. So that's one thing. I sent him his Kickers Camp kit, t-shirt, hat, and a kicking wizard last week. So hopefully he's got that and using that. So he's picked up for free, hasn't had to pay me a dime, for a $150 football and about $40 worth of kicking gear. So good for him. And every month we're giving out new stuff. And I just wanted to say, so if you're the winner, and all you have to do to be the winner is post and make comments. And if I like them and other people like them, then you're the big winner. And this time around, I've got these little mini helmets, little Kickers Camp logo mini helmet, which apparently sits on a cat's head almost perfectly. So how can you miss with that? If that isn't on your trophy case shelf, you are really missing out. So that's what's on the line here this particular month. All right, what I'm going to jump into is, let's see, I'm going to show my screen. And what I want to show and tell here right from the start, let's just put that down, is if any of you are watching NFL, most of us are. So I'm going to make this nice and big. And I'm also going to open up. There we go. Perfect. Let me just see if this is the thing. There we go. How about that? I did a little studying and I found a tool where I can do a little, what's happening here kind of stuff. And hopefully that'll help us out. So if you're watching the Green Bay Packers, and everybody in Wisconsin and everybody in Illinois are good friends to the south, we're watching the Packers and a Bears game. It was 20-19 Green Bay, very exciting game all the way through. Pretty good game all the way. Bears were playing a lot better than they have been. Packers maybe a little less so, but that's how it goes sometimes. And it came right down to the last second field goal attempt with Santos, the kicker from the Bears. He's a really good kicker. And so all he's got to do was this. So the ball is on the 28. He is going to snap this thing. So they're actually doing so here's an 8-yard snap. You in high school, you'd probably be right here. There's the 35. So that's the 45. There's a 46-yard attempt. He's on the left hash. Notice, and I want you to notice all these things. So, and if you're a coach, right? So I've got the trick with this kicking school is it's primarily for the kids to learn how to kick, but it is also for the parents to help teach and support. And it is absolutely for youth and high school and college coaches to learn the kicking game. Most of the coaches in the kicking game, and certainly up to the high school level, don't know it very well. Why? Because the head coach was this guy. I see his big buns right here. He was the left guard of the team. He was the center of the team. He was the quarterback of the team, right? But he wasn't this guy. And so there's a lot to learn in all of this. So anyway, so they're going to line up here. It's well within his range. So we've talked about K-zone, kicking zone. Where is it that was it Carlos Santos? I don't know what his first name is. But so here's this right-footed kicker. Here's the holder. Here's the snap. Here's the whole thing. And all they got to do, notice one, snapper has nobody over him. Even in the pros, they try to protect snappers. Back in the old days, you could have a guy right here, and it was brutal on potential neck injuries and concussion and all that stuff for snappers. So a snapper is fine, but these guys can shoot right through here if they want to. And so where are we lining up? What do we see? The linemen here, you'll notice they've already started with a crossover step. A lot of times in high school, I'll have guys go foot to foot. Their feet will be touching, and frankly, you want to create a bow in the line. So the left guard to the center would put his toe right in the middle of the center's foot, and this guy would put his toe right in the middle of the guard's foot, and so on and so forth, and then they would cross over. But you'll see in the pros here, because their snap and exchange on this is about 1.23, 1.27 seconds. High school, it's typically about a 1.5 operation. And so we want it to be a little wider on high school. But you'll notice these guys are coming in here and looking to block, and they're not aiming at this spot. They're aiming at this spot. The ball is going to be here. It's going to be kicked and forward. Can I get my hands? This guy, can he get in one step up and across and arms across to block that spot? If these guys are going to make it, I've got to get penetration and up and get my hand here. When we do our post drill, remember, we walk 7 yards off here. If we're kicking right here, trying to kick the post, boom, boom, this thing hits. So I go right into the post. That's 10 feet high. I march 7 yards back. If I put the ball down here and kick at this post, if I get at this angle, and you can see that's pretty low, if I'm at that angle, that's 10 feet high. Well, where's 10 feet high right here? That's probably, it's only here. Okay. Now, most pro kickers, most college and even high school guys are going to get, high school guy is going to probably hit the post here. College guy is going to hit the post there. And a pro guy is going to hit the post up here, probably almost close to halfway up. So if Santos gets a good shot, by the time it gets to the line of scrimmage, his ball should be somewhere in here. It should not be down here. This ball is going to get blocked if you don't know. The Bears lose. Packers have beat him 162 times in a row or something, right? Since 1981, I think, or 2018, maybe not 1981. Sorry about that, Bears fans. That's the famous Aaron Rodgers. I own you kind of thing, right? So let's get into this and see how this goes. All right, so we're going to hit the play button and play it for real. Snap, spot, boom, and it gets tipped. Okay, let's take that back. Let's see what we got here. Whoops. So let's get back here. So let's see if I can advance this one at a time. I think whoop, no, too far. Okay, so let's do this. So notice our line. It sure looks like it's coming from these three. And basically what they're going to try to do, I presume, their job, the lineman's job, is normally head up and inside. Head up and inside. And if you're going to make a mistake, inside. He's going to take a step over here to the right, and he's going to protect this gap. This guy's going to protect this gap. This guy's going to protect this gap. This guy's going to protect this gap. And if this guy's going to make it, he hopes that he wings him with his arm and keeps this foot planted. If I'm going to step anywhere, if I'm this guy, I'm stepping inside, but I'm trying to keep this planted, so he has to go around and in. All right, so here we go. So he's going to take, here comes a snap, stop. All right, so you can see they planted hard. There, look what's happened. The snapper is snapped. Now it's free game. And this guy, he is trying, whoops, hello. Over. So these guys are trying to hold up. The pressure is obviously right here. This guy's also trying to make it, but there is now a seam. Doggone it. Hang on. Coach Farley will get it. There's a seam here. This guy's trying to penetrate through. Fastest way through. This guy is a nothing. This is a decoy. Okay. So here we go. So what's happened? This guy has made it here. Is he going to make it in time? Doesn't look like it. But look at this sucker. This guy, and oh my goodness, they have powered, these two have powered through the center and the right guard. And holy cow, look at the, we just got people falling apart. And look at this arm. There's a big person and he's penetrated and now he's made the jump up. This hand is here. All right. So let's click this. Boom, boom. And his kick is away. Did Santos cause this problem? The ball is right here. That's how fast it's happened. It's here. We said this thing needs to be somewhere in here. It's a little low. It's not terrible low. It's not like it's going here armpit level, right? This is from this spot. This has come up. It's here. Notice that angle. That's not a low kick. That's not a low kick, but it's enough. And this penetration, oh boy, this penetration is enough, right? He's already, remember the line of scrimmage was here, was 2 yards in. He's 2 yards in. This is not a Santos problem. This is a front line problem. Let me go back just a second. So here we go. Boom, boom. Let me go back one more time here. Let me go back here. All right, boop, 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 boop. Just a little bit. Snapper. Fine snap. Snapper is here. All right, there's a wedge, there's a gap. These guys went too high, way too high. This needs to be keeping their shoulders square and staying inside and protecting and keeping this only to 1 yard. They've let him come in 2 yards. Boom, boom. Here comes the ball. Up. It's happened so fast, right? His kick is online. I think he's got a good kick. I think this is a made field goal. But guess what? Yeah, because it was straight. It landed there. Packer fans happy for the next week. Survive it. Just crazy. I always hate to see kickers have a fail. It's not really a fail on the kickers, but if you're a kicker, whose fault is it? If it was a media thing, you say, hey, I'm so sorry, it's my fault. Here's the snap. Snap maybe a little high. Look at him come. Oh, and he jumps. Perfect timing. That ball, oh, just gets a baby finger on it. Right? Oh, and see the tumble of the ball? Wow. Right? Let's go, and we'll go one time through. Take a peek. Stop. Coach Farley says stop. Coach Farley gets unlimited timeouts. So what is he thinking in this game? The pressure is on, right? This is back to this K-zone kind of thing. One, why is the holder here? Why is his back knee up? And we're going to cover this a little bit here today. His knee is up so that this elbow, when he goes to catch this ball right here, he brings his elbow back, he hits his knee, and he puts the ball down. He has put they've gone to the hash here so that he's, in essence, he's kicking with a T. Not with a T, but I want your T to have a dot in the middle of it so that he's got a perfect spot to hold the hold. He's going to put the ball on the back side of this hash, right there. That's where his finger is. He's looking down. He's in his stance. He's taking his stance. He's already angled here. Now he's taking a look. It's a pretty calm day. I'm just going to boot this right through. All I have to do is take my steps and finish clean, and this will be good. I just need to strike it well. He's really trying to only think one thought. Take a breath. Take a nice deep breath. Relax your butt. Relax. Take your steps. Trust the process. Just get a good hit. I was trying to think, I just want a decent hit. Just give me a good hit. I want to lock out right here. Okay? So let's do that. There's nothing he can do now about these guys. I hope they do their job. I hope the center does his job. Hope my holder does his job. But I'm just waiting for this ball right here, and let's make this kick. This is the only chance. And oftentimes, right, when we're practicing, it's like doing free throws where I get to set up and put it where I want, put the ball exactly how I want. It's not exactly a free throw, is it? It's more like being a pinch hitter in baseball. You're up there to do one job, whatever job it is. In this case, the job is get this ball in between here. I don't care how. I don't care how ugly. I just need to get it inside of here and enough distance. K-zone is Am I stressing or straining about the distance? Nope. This is well within my kicking range. His kicking range is another 10 yards back here, right? This is, if I can keep this thing square, it's good. And that gives me confidence. All right. So here we go. Let's breathe. Let's make the kick. He's going to go when he, in this case, let's see when he does go real quickly. In high school, I want him to go when the holder's finger comes up to catch. He's got to catch it with two hands, right? He's got to catch with two hands right here. And so when this finger comes up to catch the ball, that's his cue to go. All right. So let's see if that's what he does here in the pros. Yes, it is. That ball is online. You fully expected it to be there. What a great play by the defensive nose guard tackle. Incredible penetration. Santos is shocked because when it came off his foot, he knows it's good. They won the game. And now they have not. One more time. You see it in slow-mo.
And heartbreak for Caleb Williams. Wow. Brooks, 94, with a penetration.
Right. Snapper, snap, perfect laces. He doesn't have to move them. It's the snapper did it. That is, it's not low. It's okay.
All you need from this distance.
That penetration is way too far. Way too far. If we go back on that one, look at this sucker here. Oh my goodness. He is going to get chewed out tomorrow. Right? Look at this. That ball was 2 yards back. Look at the Packers and look at the Bears. And here's one other thing, coaches, right? Is don't just take the blows, right? You are stepping behind. It is a retreat block, but it is retreat and hold. It is time for Spartans to put the shields down and nobody's coming through. These guys are, I mean, they're big boys, but so are the offensive guys. By the time he gets, look at that. And coaches, look at this guy's shoulders. He has overcommitted here. There's a turn, which has allowed a lane to happen. The snapper is, he has to be in the blocking scheme in college and pro. High school, we don't really have him in the blocking scheme because I just need to get a decent snap. But what these guys are trying to do is to get these guys to turn their shoulders that way. And that allows a lane, a little crease. And here we go. Boom, just a little finger. Now the ball tumbles the other way. It falls short. What a deal.
And it is absolutely heartbreaking for the Bears.
Now, see, you can see that it's not the snapper's fault. I got two guards that are going to get really hit upon. All right. So here's a, just happened to be one of the things I've been working on is, this is Elliot from the Eagles. And it's a little video that you can find on YouTube about them, kind of this whole snapping operation. I want to just get into that real quickly. And it turns out, though, that Elliot's had a rough game. This last Thursday, he missed 3 kicks. This is a really good kicker. And I had hoped for you to find those kicks, but I don't have it here. And I don't know that we have the time, but I wanted to go through a couple different things. So let me play this for you. Hopefully this will show reasonably well, and we'll stop some of this too.
Ball of spots. The kick is away, and the kick is
In the kid. Everybody, this is the field goal kicking Eagles.
So here's the trio: snapper, holder, kicker for the Eagles in the off season doing this preseason, and in their shorts, no helmets, no nothing, perfect turf, perfect day, perfect field, all that kind of stuff. Just trying to show the mechanics. This is a YouTube video that you can look up like Eagles kicking unit or something like that. And again, for coaches, for parents, and for kickers, this is a great little video. And so it's only about 5 minutes long. I'm going to skip ahead here a little bit, and let's take a look.
Exactly perfect. The speed of the snap from Rick, how quickly Braden gets it down. Like, there's so many little details, and we have less than 1.3 seconds. First, we're just going to set up a standard extra point, which is a 33-yard field goal now in the middle of the field.
So as the beginning of the operation, my job is to throw a perfect ball back to Braden with laces and right over the spot. So it's around 2.5 rotations to get back to Braden. He wants to catch.
Okay. So notice that a lot of people don't recognize this. You always, from the, what is it? What's the Jim Carrey movie with the laces out, damn laces out, right? And that's what it's supposed to be. And we always think of this holder doing this spin or something, and he will, but in the college and pro snappers are so good, and high school guys can become this good. You need to start practicing this way. Snap at your holder, and holder act like this is a clock, right? So if the laces came back perfectly, it's 12 o'clock, right? If the laces were a little bit to the right, hey, it's 1 o'clock. A little bit further, 2 o'clock. If they're sideways to the holder over here, that's a 3 o'clock snap, 9 o'clock snap if they're going this way, and so on. And so what he's saying is if he is doing the same motion every time, he's going to get about 2.5 rotations back here. So if he adjusts the laces in just such a way, this holder doesn't have much to do other than catch it, put it down, and pinch the top of this ball, right? So that's what he's going to do.
Ball right over the spot with laces every
So
single
you
time.
see,
So we could just
little
put it
baby
down.
turn.
So for me, I treat it as a free throw. My feet are always in the same position. I always have the ball in the same spot every single time. My heel's usually right at the end of the hatch. I don't want to be rotated this way, and I don't want to be rotated that way.
Notice what he does. So most guys will put their swear finger right in the middle of the seam of the ball, right there, down at hand, and they'll hold the ball. Now he doesn't. Most of your high school snappers, and the way I like to start out is just hold it like you're a quarterback. Just hold it like it's a pass, but bring this hand over so that that you've got it in 2 spots. If I go here, you see it real closely. So I'm holding the ball like a quarterback, and this hand with his finger is on that seam. All right. Now you can see his thumb is a little higher up here on this, so he's very comfortable in holding it, but he's got 2 hands on it, and he cheats. He does a little cheater. Back in the purest day, is this ball is supposed to go from here to slide straight back, but what he's going to do is he's going to lift it a little bit and bring it, and you know what? It's okay.
Having a straight back,
See what he did?
straight arms, and looking through to my target.
My job is the whole.
And that's the other thing. The snapper is looking through the whole time, right? Now that his head is protected up here, he can look back the whole time. There's no reason for him to have his head up or snap it blind. Okay. So again, he's got his finger on the spot. If you had a T right here, right? The snapper, or the holder's got his finger here. I want a decent target. Let me go back just one other little click. Let's see what we got. Boom, 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 boom.
Ball back. And
Okay.
right over the.
So
So it's around 2.5.
one of the things that these guys do, your holder, I like to have a holder put his hand up like a catcher, nice and low. I want this ball low. I don't want it up here. Why do I want that? If I want a quick kick time, then I want this ball to be a bullet right in here. If I'm going to make a mistake as a snapper, I want it to be smooth and clean. It doesn't have to be super hard. All right. But this guy is ready. His hand is up. He's going to have soft hands. He's going to catch it with the lead hand. This hand here, sometimes you'll get guys, the signal for the snapper sometimes is he'll do like a little finger wiggle, or he'll put it here. Or frankly, I like to do in high school, the snappers, he can say set, but the snapper is going to snap it whenever he's ready. If he's feeling it, bring it right away. Don't wait too long. But if there's a pause, if there's a second pause, no problem. Because the kicker is not going until this finger comes off the ground or off the tee. All right, so here we go.
Rotations to get back to
Rotation,
Braden.
nice catch.
He wants to catch the ball right over the spot with laces every single time so he could just put it down. So for me,
Right.
I treat it as a free throw. My feet are always in the same position. I always have the ball in the same spot every single time. My heel's usually right at the end.
Why are we doing this at kicking school when most of us are kickers and punters? One, if you're a punter, you better be a damn good holder if you're going to get to college. And If you're in high school, you could use a good snapper. If you have a kid who is not a good snapper, you need to teach him whether you can do this or not. But it's good for you to know how, or to direct him to a video like this. So he goes, oh, that's how you do it. That's not how I was doing it. Right? My feet are, I keep grabbing this because I've got this special, my special tool here. I have to press certain buttons. So his feet are nice and square. Ball is here. Boom. Let's bring it. All right. So here we go.
Hatch, I don't want to be rotated this way and I don't want to be rotated that way. Always having a straight back, straight arms, and looking through to my target.
My job as the holder is to receive the ball. As you can see, most of the time Rick is pretty much perfect, but it's my job, if any weather conditions or anything else come up, if it's a little bit of low snap, high snap, whatever, get the ball down in the same spot for Jake. If we're outside, beautiful day like today, get down on the ground, get the laces pointed towards the middle of the uprights for Jake, and the lean is going to be a little bit forward and a little bit sideways.
Take a look at that. So here's the pro guys. Now, why do the pro guys do that? Most of us as kickers, especially when we're high school kickers, we always lean it back a little bit. And maybe you've already started to, gee, I wonder if I could lean this ball towards the holder. If you're a soccer style kicker, if you're a straight on kicker, you want this ball straight up and down. Okay. And as a high school coach, I'm more concerned that this holder, can we just get it on the tee? Get it on the tee. I don't care about the laces. Yes, I do. I'd like to have laces front facing, but you know what? I'll take a ball on the tee that I can kick any day of the week. So give me that. Now, can I get better as a unit? Can he do it? This guy typically put one finger on the top, maybe two. You'll notice the pro guys like to do like a little pro pinch up here. And that's really, really kind of neat, right? And so one finger on it. And so if this ball is pretty much straight up and down, that's great. Your kicker wants to be able to see the bottom third of the ball to kick. Because the pro guys and the college guys are kicking off the turf, off the ground, what they've found is oftentimes if they lean the ball a little bit forward, and as a high schooler, you might want to practice this just to see, you're going to see more of the ball, which means your foot can hit more of the ball, which in a way means you can't kick it as far, but you'll kick it with a little bit less rotation and you'll have it straighter in the wind. And so the pro guy just wants to get, again, Jake Elliott is thinking, I just need to make a good strike. Can I get the right part of my foot, that third eyelet of my shoe on that bottom third of the ball so that the structure of this hit is good? If that's the case, and if my holder has done his job, hooray for us.
If those things go well, then we should have a great kick down the middle.
Yes, we should.
All right, so once we're ready to go, we're going to pick out a spot that I feel good about, make sure there's no divots around or anything like that. Take 3 steps back. Line up exactly where I want that ball to go. Find a target behind the upright. Take 2 steps over.
Well, this is pretty traditional of every soccer kicker, 3 back and 2 over. Some guys go 3 back, take a little baby step back and a couple over. Some guys just march it off, right? Most of the guys take this 3 and 2. That's kind of the place because one of 2 things. Either he's going to take a jab step and 1, 2 to here, or he's going to hold this, put a little bit more weight on his front and simply go 1, 2 steps. Let's see what Jake Elliott is.
Back down at Braden where my spot is exactly. So I find my line, visualize where that ball is going to go through one last time. Back down.
A lot of
and ready
weight.
to go.
Aha. So what did he do? What was his snap and hold? He's a 2-stepper, he doesn't take a jab. So you'll notice he'll go, if you're taking a jab, you're going to be more comfortable here, almost with a straight up stance and relax your butt. So this first jab is soft and gentle, and then bring it with the next step and here. If you're a 2-stepper, then you've got more weight on this knee. There's going to be a little bit of a bend there. You're going to feel pressure here. So I want you to feel that pressure here, but I don't want your ass to be tight, right? Because you're going to do this and your first step is going to be here. So let's see what Jake does.
Down at Braden where my spot is exactly. So I find my line, visualize where that ball is going to go through one last time. Back down and we're ready to go.
Oh. Pretty nice.
Ball is spotted, the kick is away. Got the distance, and it's good. Yes.
All right, so now we got a right hash kick from 40 yards. Wind and weather always play a factor, especially in the Northeast here.
Do you
So
see
the
what he
wind
just hit? All right, so sometimes we call this an S ball. Some people call it a screwball. So and this is something that happens to all of us kickers, especially soccer style kickers, not the straight on guys so much.
And it's good. Yes.
All right, so now we got a right hash kick from 40 yards. Wind and they're all
So let me see if I can just take this ever so gently back. No, it's too far.
Got the distance. And it's good. Yes.
all right, so now we got a right hash kick from 40.
So there's that lean. He hasn't taken a jab step. Let's just take a close look. I'm going to advance this as quickly as I can. You can see he's driving. His head is on this ball. So, I mean, look how fast. So a lot of us high schoolers, you're not seeing this ball on the tee yet. That's how fast the snap is. That's nice. So he's at least got one step in here. He gets to see the ball completely. Here's this nice spot. He's looking at this spot. He wants to put that third eyelet here. And from this step, you can see this is not a weenie step. This is a good step to really drive, to bring his plant square so that everything, his shoulders try to stay square to the target. All right, so let's see what happens.
Play a factor, especially in the Northeast here. So the wind's coming left to right here. So we're going to aim just a hair left, probably 2-3 yards off center in hopes that
Okay,
ball's
so
gonna
maybe
fade
there's
back
a little
to the-
wind in
So
that.
at this distance, I'm always set up the same as usual, but when there's wind or when there's rain, it's a little bit harder to grab that ball and snap it to Braden. I'm following through with my hands to make sure I'm getting the same exact
Donate.
rotation.
So this kick from this hash is a little bit different. We're on the right hash, fighting a wind, going left to right. So basically everything we want to think of as a straight kick, except we're just tilting everything to the left now. It's trying to fight that wind to play it back inside. So for us, I tilt the ball a little bit less towards me and more towards Jake. So I put it on the ground, it's still forward. And then instead of coming over here, that ball is tilted more towards Jake's direction. That'll help fight the crosswind that we're going to.
Did you ever think that it would be that technical? I don't need to get that technical in high school. I need this guy to catch it and put it on the tee. I need my snapper to give this guy a chance to catch it, put it on the tee, and I need my kicker to make a good hit.
Jake is going to be aimed a little bit left of center on this one. So that means my ball and my body has to be pointed left to center to make it a straight kick for Jake.
Yep.
I'm changing my target line left to center here. So as you can see, I'm
Right.
about in the middle of
So
the hash.
he's angled a
Off the
little
side
bit
of the
because
hash
you're
here.
straight to
Challenges
the.
for me are trying to hit a pure ball, because if it's not a pure good ball strike, that wind's going to take over immediately.
Let's see if we can see that.
This-
Oh, shoot. Wish I could control this. Coach Farley, have to figure that one out. I want to be able to make this go
It's still
nice and soft.
challenges for me are trying to hit a pure ball.
All right, here we go. Here's this plant.
Not a
Nice square plant. Excellent. He's got a bend here. This foot is already in kicking position. It's locked out. And he's going to sweep through here. He's going to try to put that third eyelet right in that spot. Let's see if that's what happens. You can see. Did you see the speed? Click one, click two. That is moving. That's power right there. That's why a small guy can kick it a long way. That big slow leg, ooh, like this, not going very far, right? He got good quads up here. He's going to try to kick this ball, but that speed is the thing that makes Jake Elliott a great kicker. And you can see, we can't even see his foot. Boom, boom. It's already through. You can see how this ball is exploded off of his foot. This foot is still locked out here. Nice. This plant is firm. Boom, boom. Off it goes. There we go.
strike, that wind's going to take over immediately. Braden helps a lot with that by how he adjusts the ball.
Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Okay, so let's put that away. I want to show you one more thing. I'm stealing something here from one of my competitors, if you will. Guy who held a lot better kicker than me. John Carney was a kicker for a number of teams in the pros. I think the last time he was with the Saints, he's got kicking camps and stuff. He's out in California. Yeah, it does not look like Wisconsin. I found some of his guys that he was that he had just done some video like I do, sort of slow-mo kind of stuff. And let's see if I just happened to find a couple of kickers, and I wanted to show one last thing. What's the difference between sort of a high school guy to a college guy to the pro guy? And so here we are. This is a pro post. You can see it's skinnier, right? How this thing, the college post, high school post is a little bit wider. So this Austin Jones, I don't know who this guy is. I think he is a D3 or D2 guy from an out east school. I don't know if this is from a couple of years ago or this summer. It doesn't really matter. But I want you to see his form in kicking. All right. So what we're going to do is let's play him. And what I want to also show you here is, so here's 33 yards. So this is a K-zone kick. What do I mean by K-zone? It's not a distance thing. His brain is not thinking, oh boy, I got to kick it really, really hard to get it through the post. He's already thinking, of course it's going to be long enough. Is it going to be right down the chute? That's all he's thinking about. Can I get a good strike right here? All right, so this is on turf, no tee. All right, so let's see what he does.
That is good.
Okay, so excellent. Way to go, Austin. However, Coach Farley wouldn't be Coach Farley if he wasn't picking on somebody. And we're going to wrap this thing up pretty a little quickly because we're about 6 minutes over. But I wanted to show you the difference because a lot of you guys have the same kind of problem and why Austin Jones, I've never heard of him, is not in the NFL. And part of the reason is because of Austin's form. Austin is a severe cruncher. You just saw a really nice hit by Austin. So let's go to the next. Here he is, lines up. And you know what? I think I can go view, decrease speed. There we go. No, that's decrease size. There's my decrease speed. Size, playback speed. There we go. All right, so half speed. I want to add slower speed. Austin's going to come in here, take his steps. Everything looks great. He's got a good strike. He hits a good strike, but you're going to see instead of his position being straighter here, he's going to almost be like this, which means his kick and leg, whatever speed he's got, he's basically going to hit a punch and it's all going to stop here at his waist. He's not going to get anything extra beyond it. So here's his 3 back, 2 over. He's going to check it out. He's seeing this. Doesn't look like it's a windy day at all. Nice and calm. 38 yards. Super smooth. Okay. Everything up here. This looks good. Boy, does that look good. Really nice. Shoulders are square. Arms out. This rodeo arm's going to come over here to counterbalance this leg swing. Everything looks great here. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Okay, so this is old school soccer style kicking. Keep your head down, son. Keep your head down all the way through the kick. Nope. That's not a good idea. This is a crunch. This is a classic crunch. And the classic crunch over time, one, it's going to give him back problems, could give him leg problems, groin problems. This hit's got to be perfect. There's a tendency 2 ways. Some crunchers always push it off right. Some crunchers always hit a hook left. The premium on this kick is here. That's all that matters. It's all that matters. Well, and the height, but his height, this is good height. There's nothing wrong with this kick. But this crunch, if I'm working with Austin, I assume John Kerry, not John Kerry, whatever it is, John Carney. Sorry, John Kerry's a vice president. But John Carney, it should be trying to get him, go ahead and lift your shoulders, keep it lighter on this. So now it comes through. This is a really nice ball. It's a really good kick. But if I'm a pro scout, I'm concerned. And probably Austin. We'll do one more. Okay.
42-yard field goal left hash.
I got a plane going over. Sorry for the slow mo. Let's see one more time. Take it through. Okay, little S ball. Did you see that? Started out left, came back in. It's good. It's good, but that is disconcerting. And just so that you know, it's like, so here I was a D3 guy who got signed in the pros, but got cut in the pros. If you go to Alabama, if you go to a D1 school, all those things, and you're a great kicker and you've got good stats and all the rest of that, you are definitely somebody they're interested in, and you've got all the pedigree. It's not that you can't be a guy from a smaller school, but I'm telling you, the guy from the smaller school has got sort of hindrances that if Austin went to an NFL camp and they signed him, or he was at least there to try out, Austin's thinking, hey, man, I can kick a 50, 60-yard field goal. I should be good. And I'm popping them all the way through. But these guys, these sons of guns who are clocking everything, he sees this and he sees a crunch like that. He's now worried, and he played for some D3 school, and the biggest crowd he's ever had was like 6,000 people. He's going to worry that Austin is not going to be the guy. All right. So let's cut Austin out of here and let's go to a guy who was the guy. So this is, I just happened to find it. This is Matt Amendola. You might remember the name. Matt did kick in the pros a number of times for a couple of different teams. And so Matt's already got the pedigree. He is a pro kicker. Let's see what he does and see how his kick looks compared to Austin. All right.
38-yard field goal on the right.
What does Matt do? All right, little pause, little nod, boom.
That is good.
All right, so he says that is good. Now, if you're in a tryout in the pro camp, boy, you are asking for the whole post here, and that's not good. And when you're in spring training, when you're in summer, you got to be thinking, man, it's not just good if it's right on this stuff. I've got it. My posts need to be like this now. Can I be that guy? So there's not even a doubt. All right. So here's Matt at 43 yards. So definitely a K-zone ball. He's going to hit this thing. I assume by the time it goes over the post, he's probably can kick a 60-yard field goal. That ball should be up here by the time it gets across the post. If we looked at the Bears kicker, that ball should have been right here in that first 10, 7, 8 yards, right? So here we go.
Matt Amendola, 43-yard field goal.
1,
Left hash.
2. Again. So loosen up. All right. So that's something that Matt does. It's his little shoulder shrug. That's fine. All that stuff. Little head, little nod, whatever. What is it? I don't want your legs to be tight here. All right. So he's going to look at this. The holder's helping him out because I'm going to put the ball. I'm not just going to leave it on the tee. Whenever you can have a holder out here kicking, that's a help. That's just one more thing. It's not just perfectly set up. All right. So here he goes. Boom.
That is
Boy,
good.
what a smooth hit, right?
Matt Amendola,
You know what?
48.
I want to see that one again. Let's see that one again. I want to go to half speed. So you'll notice here, Matt is not a cruncher. He makes it look effortless. That's what it should look like. The distance on this is take a look at Matt's quads here. Matt's got some quads, right? But he's got leg speed. He's going to have a good leg flex, great leg speed, great leg lockout, and a higher center here with head is down until it hits. As soon as we hit, we can lift our head and let shoulders get through straight to the target. All right, so we're at half speed. Here it comes. I go. He takes a jab. Boy, that's nice, right? And you can set up your own, iPhone or whatever, about 8, 9 yards back, put on a little tripod, put it on the slow-mo feature, right? Do you look like this? Do you look like Matt Amendola? His head is down. He wants to see this, but as soon as he kicks, you're going to notice instead of him taking this shape, he's going to be a lot taller this ball's going to go higher. It's actually going to go further than Austin's did, and it's going to go straighter. This is a nice hit because everything is just so nice and smooth, and he's not going to challenge the post. Boom. Look at that. Oh,
That is good.
that is good, right? That's what you want to look like. So here's all the things when you're trying to self-correct and figure it out on your own. These are some of the things that you can do. This is what I'm looking for on you. And so if I went to work with Matt, right, from that first one, and if I've watched like 5 or 6 kicks, he is on this right post a lot. Well, that's a telltale sign. Why are you pushing this ball? Is it an aiming problem? Is it a foot problem? Is it a head problem? There's all sorts of ways that this can go wrong. But we don't want to challenge that post. I don't want the ref. I don't want this guy wrecking my career because I wrecked my career because I was always right on the edge of a miss. All right. So that's what we're looking at. So that's what we got here for today. I'm going to end it right there. That's the end of episode 5. I hope you can join me next 2 weeks from now. Was that Thanksgiving week? Maybe around, maybe you're not. Again, get the Zoom app so that you can put it on your phone, on a tablet, on your laptop, and join me. And now I can see your film. I can answer your questions. I'd love to be able to do that. But if nobody's on, then we're going to get some good training out of it. And so that we go further. And that's what we've done here today. Hope you had a great week this past week. I'm going to click out of this guy. Let's hide the brush. And let's see what else we got here. We go right to. Stop. No, I don't want to stop it, Matt Amendola. I'm going to stop my screen share. So there I am. So that's what we want to see. Kicking School. We're adding numbers to it all the time. Adding more parents, more coaches, more kids. Tell your friends, get them on. Get that app on your phone so that you can be part of the conversation that happens whenever it does. You get a little, red number. Hey, 1, 2. You got 3 messages in there, and be part of it. And the more that you do that, again, the more pluses you get, so that you can come away with this coveted Kickers Camp trophy in this particular month. And next month we'll do something else for December, something special since it's Christmas. Have a great week. Hope to see you in school.